Hey Taurus, welcome to your August 2021 message for the month ahead. Oh, wow, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Believe it or not, let me get my microphone on so you could actually hear me. So this is Taurus's read, August 2021. Believe it or not, Taurus, like you've been going through a lot of personal growth, okay? And even though you feel the profound shifts and the profound growth, you like haven't even begun to tap the surface. And one of the big things of the growth for you is in the world, not of the world. So it's that little bit of disembodied feeling in your head, that little bit of, maybe disassociation, maybe just disconnected, maybe living with your heads in the clouds. Um, it's that combination between spirituality and like humanality. It's that spiritual being in a human body, or am I in a human being having a spiritual experience? It's really that like combination of when you go through the growth from yuck to good and you let go of like your ego, right? Because some people, when they shop and they buy themselves something nice, they think that means something about them. Oh, look at me, I'm wearing Gucci, and they think it means something about them. So you can go through the growth of like, oh wow, a jacket's just a jacket, it doesn't matter what brand I have on, it means nothing about me. Okay, but this is like that next layer of growth where it's you can legitimate just have a preference for a Gucci bag. So it's like you did all this work to like disconnect from all this like ego stuff. And you did all this work to like kind of wipe your slate clean. But now you might find yourself being drawn to things that in the past you were drawn for bad reasons. Now it just might be, no, it is my preference. I really like the zipper. I really like the quality of the zipper. Oh, I really like that you can mail it in and they'll repair it. So it's recognizing that like we are from spirit. We came to have a human level experience. So there's nothing wrong with liking and enjoying physical things. So it's kind of like you're reintegrating all the spiritual growth you went through with your human side this month. You're like reintegrate it and like, you know what? I do prefer a man who's wealthy. I do prefer driving nicer cars. I do want my kids to go to the best school in the city. It's like being willing to admit those things to yourself and allow yourself to feel it. Like, I do like that. I do like going on vacations around the world. So you got to like admit it and feel it, because sometimes people can be embarrassed, shy, guilt, shame, whatever, to admit something they want, so they don't admit it. But like, you do want to have that moment where you're like, you know what? It is my desire to have a husband. It's my desire to be a happily married woman. It's my desire to have 10 Gucci bags. It's like when you can say it and you allow yourself to feel good when you say it, that's when you're truly embodied. It's not well, I got my vibes right, so I got to enjoy this thing. You should work on your vibes so you can enjoy it. Because that's a little bit of the old ego. It's just literally of like yeah, like this does feel good in the having of this. Like, I'm sorry that you don't have it. Or like, if they're sharing a bad experience, oh, money's rough. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. That sounds like really, really tough and really rough. Well, what about you? How are you? And that's like you sharing like, well, I just kind of having a hard time picking what like stock to invest in. It's really perplexing me. It's when you're allowing yourself to have a different problem than someone else, but you can feel okay in having your problem and not feeling obligated to help them. You may decide to help them, you may choose to help them, but it's that embodiment of like, I'm sorry you're going through that. That sounds really tough and really scary. No, it's not my problem. No, I just don't really ever have to worry about rent. Like, can you just own that conversation? Because it's really about being there with them. Oh, I'm sorry. That can't feel good. Is there anything I could do to help? Unfortunately, I can't. Like, I don't have much to share right now, I can't really give and donate right now. And it's about letting that feeling state, like feel my vibes. It's letting that feeling state just be authentic. No, like I don't have a money struggle, but I'm not really in a place to help right now. you don't need to feel guilty, bad, or shame about saying that. It's just like no, that's not where I desire to put that right now. So it's really about not feeling bad for just stating your truth, Taurus. Um, because it kind of looks like the reason why that's a big deal, Taurus, is that it looks like you got Pandora's gift here. So it seems like some manifestation has really been perplexing you. It seems like there's been a long stream of manifestations just kind of working out for you, but this one has been elusive. But you have to recognize that this one didn't just involve adding a vibe, adding 2 or 3 vibes, releasing one inner child who was afraid of it. This was completely rewriting the way that you see yourself in the world and the way that you see the world. So it was different. You had to like change 20 belief systems, not just a thought, not just add a vibe in. You had to change 20 belief systems. And sometimes you're at like the rebuilding stage. Like after you clear out anything old, sometimes you have to like rebuild the new, you know? Um, it just seems like there's a little point of frustration right now in your energy that like this manifestation has seemed a little elusive. And that's where you're at this state. If you're like, well, look, I've hired so many coaches, I've spent so much money, I've done this, I've done that. Like, what else do I need to do to finally get this thing in? But that's the thing, is you don't just have to do anything for it other than sink into your body and admit to yourself, I want this thing. I don't know how to get it. And I really think I'd feel good in the having of it. Having it would feel good. Just allow yourself to feel how good it would feel to have it within you. That's it. That's as simple as it has to be. Are you willing to allow yourself to have it or not? Because all manifestations come down to, do you feel safe in the having of it? Do you feel deserving of having it? So it's either is it safe to have it? If it's not safe, you're not going to allow it in. Deserving worthiness issue. Figure out which one of those two it is. Do I not feel safe having this? Go do your inner child work. Do I not feel worthy about having it? Figure out the thoughts and the belief systems holding you back that make you think you're not worthy of it, and then fill it in with new ones. So sometimes your manifestation, the reason why this one seems more complex and more hard for you, is because you've been able to say, I want a new car. You manifested good vibes, a new car literally appeared on your doorsteps. But now it's more of manifesting an emotional state than it is a physical, tangible thing. Well, I want to run a 6-figure business. You sit, meditate, get your vibes high, do whatever it is you do, and it doesn't come in. It's recognizing, because it's more about, okay, universe, you know what? I don't feel safe in the having of it. I don't think I'm smart enough to have that. That would fall into the deserve one. So fine, that's my starting point. Universe, show me how I'm smart enough to run a business like that. Show me how someone just like me can have that. Universe, I want to manifest feeling better about this. Universe, I want to get to feeling content and happy about this topic. So it's really about shifting your focus to the emotional manifestation. And okay, so this is interesting, Taurus, because you got big, bold vision countered by what is already with you. So it's kind of like you're making it like be, do, or die. Until I hit that career success, I then won't be worthy of love. Or it's like, recognizing sometimes part of a manifestation, you're here and you want to be here. Sometimes you have to celebrate the next step as if it were the end goal. Like, whoa, I now know how to make a website. I'm now a huge step towards being a business owner. Whoa, I got my first paying client. Instead, right now, you're like, okay, great. Whoop-de-doo, I got a website up. Whoop-de-doo, I learned another new marketing thing, Um, Instead, it's got to be hey, I know how to make a website now. Whoa, I just learned a new way to market. Maybe I'll use this way. Maybe I won't. It's like I don't say celebrating the small moments, but it's about recognizing that everything you've been doing has been on your path to guide you there. You might feel frustrated because it's taking more pieces than you thought, right? Like you opened a puzzle box, you didn't know how many pieces it was going to be. You put 10 pieces together and then you're like, oh my God, it's actually a 100-piece puzzle. That's all this is. That's why you want to give honor to everything you've done to get where you're at, so that way you're on your path, right? Instead of ugh, I feel like I'm starting over. Because the success that you think is out of grasp, you already have a lot of it within you. You're just not seeing it and honoring it. And what you focus on, you get more of. So you want to see and you want to honor it. Because ultimately, this comes down to your ability to receive while in a relationship. And so this was very much romantic relationship as well as business. It just comes down to like receiving while in relationship. There used to be an energy of like demand and energy of, let's just use the classic example of like a really beautiful woman who's like, no, if you want to go on a date with me, I want this. And they go and do it, right? They go and buy you whatever it is you want to buy, and then you go on the date. So that's not the energy of receiving. That's the energy of demanding. It's also a little energy of like desperation, and not like desperation in a bad way, but it's like a both of you. I want a really hot date with a beautiful woman and I don't feel worthy of it. I want really nice, fancy, good clothes, and I don't think I could ever earn that kind of money. So it's just that despair, desperate vibe. I don't think I could ever earn that kind of money. I don't think I could ever date that kind of a girl. They come together and you had to demand what you wanted. Instead, now it's just like it's a softer feeling that you're manifesting, Taurus. I like receiving gifts. I love receiving gifts from my partner. I love being spoiled by my partner. Who wouldn't love being spoiled by their partner? I know I love it. And I do like a man who likes to spoil me with shopping trips. You see how that's authenticity? So when you're on a date, you don't have to be coy, like, would he be the kind of guy who buys these things? It's just like yeah, I definitely love it when a guy takes delight in shopping and like buying me things and see me in them and see me delight in them. It's fun. Shopping trips are fun. So of course I want my partner to do that. Is that something you like doing? You don't really? Why? What? Curiosity. You don't like doing that? Why not? What do you like doing instead then? How do you like to show that you like someone? Or how do you like to, if you don't like to shop for people and to buy them things, like how do you like to spoil someone? Oh, I like to give them kisses all over on the face and cuddle them all day and massage them all day. See, because now you two are still connecting with the way that you're having that conversation. Now you get to see life from a different perspective, and you might even go, wow, actually that sounds really nice. I don't need shopping trips after all. That sounds nice. And even if it's just oh wow, I would never be satisfied with that, but that's a really cool way to live life. Now no one's shamed, no one's feeling bad, no one's feeling inadequate. I admitted a desire, you don't have the same desire. Okay, well, let's make the most of this remaining lunch and then I guess we'll part ways. So it's really learning about how to softly receive in relationships, Taurus. That's what this month is about for you. All right, love you guys bunches. Give me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. I will put links, comments. I will put a link in the comments for a free meditation to meet your spirit guide, as well as connect more deeply with your own soul, your own intuition. It'll be in the comments for you guys. Love you bunches. Bye.